guys, we are back again. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to That Backyard Girl. My name is Anita, but my channel is called That Backyard Girl. I'm so glad to have you. So glad to have you guys back, and I hope you've been able to watch my previous YouTube video where I reviewed Giacomo, the born again stripper. If you haven't, please click and rewatch and tell me what you thought about the review, and if you've seen the movie, please tell me what you think about it. And today we will be talking about a new movie. I will be reviewing a new movie. It is not new in the sense that it was produced or it was created or made since I think 2018 or 2019. It's quite old. It was released in the cinema this year, January, I think the 13th or 14th of January. And so today we'll be talking about the movie called The Trade. Fun fact, it is assumed that it is the story about Evans. If you know him very well, if you've heard about him, he's the notorious kidnapper that evaded the police for the longest time, and finally caught up with him. He was in the news for a while when he was in prison, when he was caught, and they told us a little bit about his story. It's really interesting. So let's get right into the movie The Trade. The Trade follows the story of Dike Maduka, aka Eric, a notorious genius billionaire kidnapper who ravaged the southern part of Nigeria for several years. After evading arrest for 2 decades, a fast-rising police officer and head of intelligence response team (IRT) Superintendent Khalid Abubakar leads a high-stake investigation into the famous kidnapper's life. And so it shows us the background of how the whole kidnapping scene works in Nigeria and really how he was caught. The Trade was produced and directed by Jade Osiberu. But if you don't know her, she worked on Brotherhood and she also worked on Sugar Rush. I think she also was part of the producers of Skinny Girl in Transit, but in recent times, obviously, Sugar Rush, Brotherhood, and now The Trade. And with the theme of all of these movies, you see that she has a theme she's working with, which is really good. I like when people actually find their niche and begin to milk that niche. So Jade works in, her movies are pretty much focused on crime movies, and she seems to be doing a really good job with that. So yeah, I'm really glad to see more of her projects. The Trade was a very star-studded movie in the sense that it had like a bunch of very well-known faces. Now, one thing I like to say about this movie is that it had so many faces, but they were all utilized. Everyone's character was well needed. Unlike some studios that would have so many well-known faces, and at the end of the day you're like, was this character actually needed? Did we need to see this person? Was this cameo needed? But in this film you could see a lot of people that you knew and you loved and they were actually well utilized. So we had Rita Dominic, who acted as Doris. She was the one who was kidnapped. We have Blossom Chukwujekwu, who was Oga Eric. He was in the movie. We had Shawn Faqua. He was the police officer who worked with the commander to catch him. He was Charles. We had Gregory Ojefua as Ebuka. We had Gideon Okeke as Spark. We had Ali Nuhu. He was the commandant, or he was the superintendent, whatever it's called. We had Nengi Adoki. She was our Igbo babe in the movie. We had Waje. Waje was also in the movie. She acted as Oga Eric's wife. We had Stan Nzen. We had Chiwetalu Agu or Sunday. We had Ureke. We had Denola Grey. We had Messia Yigbe. We had Kelechi Udegbe. We had Yemi Solade. So you can see that these are people that are well known in the movie industry, and they were all there. And I would like to say that, oh, these people were heavily utilized. Everybody's character was actually good. Some notable actors in the movie, of course, Blossom Chukwujekwu did really good. I think that Blossom is one of those really underrated actors that we actually need to see more of him on the big screen. He was good. He acted his, you could see from even the mannerism, you know how our Igbo brothers, our Igbo uncles tend to walk. He was walking like those Igbo businessmen. He got the mannerism, he got the accent. He actually portrayed his character to the fullest. Then we also had Rita Dominic, who was the one who was kidnapped. I'm trying so much not to give you guys spoilers, but I'm so sorry, that's a tiny bitsy spoiler. She was also really good. People who really stood out for me was Gideon Okeke. We also had Stan and Zay. God, those two people were they were chaotic. I really enjoyed that. Okay, so because I liked the movie to the point where honestly couldn't list out a bunch of things that I did not like. I wouldn't even lie to you. I guess one thing I did not like was the movie was very slow paced, in the sense that it built a lot of momentum. The story built a lot of momentum. There was a lot of character development. There was a lot of background giving. There was a lot of established stories. So I think I'm going to just mix up what I like and what I did not like here. The movie had a lot of established stories, in the sense that so we know how one day you just see someone being kidnapped for no reason. The question is, how exactly did they get the information about the person being kidnapped? How do they know this information? They established the story to the point where, oh, we could find out there was a bank manager. Oh, I'm so sorry, but I'm giving you spoilers. We found out that they had someone in the bank who was giving them all of the information. It was obvious that they had already put in a lot of people to watch this person who was supposed to be kidnapped. You could see that they thought through all of this process. There was even a point where Eric's character was sharing money with his gang. But at the background, we already knew how much he was earning, so we knew it felt like we were even helping them tell the story. We knew that at some point how much he was earning and how much he was giving these people and telling his team he was getting was going to cause a lot of trouble at the end. So we already knew this because the story was properly established. I really loved that. I loved the color grading in the movie. It showed that it wasn't an old, it showed that it wasn't really so much of an old movie, but it also showed that it wasn't a new movie as well. So there was an amazing, like, the color grading was just on point. There was this drone view I saw. I think that was like the first or second scene was from it was so high up, but it showed like a view of the city, but showing that obviously this was shot in not Lagos, it could be in the east. But that drone view gave me goosebumps. I don't know why it gave me goosebumps, but I really liked that drone view. It was really good. I guess it's the establishing shots. Yeah, my brand management class has brought that. So that establishing shot, at least to show that, oh, this is where exactly they are. So that they established so much that you didn't have to ask, oh, what if, oh, what, how this, you know how movies just leave a lot of open circles, all these holes that you're like, okay, so what exactly was this supposed to be communicating? But this actually did the work for us. Yeah, it was a good story. I think my only issue with the movie was the fact that at the beginning, obviously the story kept on building and building, but in between, like maybe like 45 minutes into the movie, it began to feel very, very slow paced. I wouldn't even lie, I was about to doze off. It was a good story, it just felt slow paced. I guess in their bid to establish a lot of stories or give us a lot of backgrounds, it began to lag. It was very slow paced. A bit for like 20 minutes was slow paced, but then it began to pick up. It began to pick up to the point where I was so excited. I was now giving my own hypothesis in the movie. Like, I'm like, she should have done it. She should have done this. I guess another thing I really do not like, this doesn't have anything to do with the movie, but the marketing of the movie, in the sense that this is such a good movie, but it's not being marketed like all these other movies in the cinema. Like, it feels like it is not really a priority. I'm assuming that because Jade Osiberu already has some deals with Amazon crime or something, so maybe her contract doesn't allow her to push this. Because if you even check her page, there's nothing about this the trade on her page. Like, she's not pushing it there, she's not doing anything about it, so it is not getting as much spotlight as it should. It is such a good movie that I think that this movie should get some AMVCA nominations this year. It should, because it deserves. I wonder when AMVCA is usually like at the beginning of the year, right? Maybe it's too late, but it's been out for a very long time, so it should have gotten some nomination. And it was well done. It was really, really good, and I think that all of you should see this. So who should see the trade? Honestly, I think every critic in Hollywood should see the movie, because it's a safe movie, so there will be a lot of criticizing in the movie, so you should see it. If you like to judge Nollywood movie, go and see this. This is a movie that's well done, not 100% well done, but it is sort of well done, so you should see this. If you are a Blossom Chukwujekwu fan and you like to see Blossom on the big screen, you should see this. If you like Brotherhood, I know that it is not up to Brotherhood, but it's a really good story. You should see this. I think that it's open to everyone. Well, if you're not 18, don't, because there was like a serious scene. Not serious, but it was a very sexy scene. But I think that everybody should see this movie. Let's build the numbers for the trade, because the trade is actually worth your time. It is a really good movie, a well done movie, and we should all see this. So this brings us to the end of this review of the trade. I know it's brief. I'm trying to go brief. I don't want to do 30 minutes or 25 minutes or 26 minutes long video anymore. I want this to be as short as I can. So please don't forget to like. If you haven't subscribed and you're just seeing my video, please subscribe. Please watch other videos. I plan to do this as consistent as I can. So please like, subscribe, share, comments. Yeah, please share with your friends, share with everybody, and I would be seeing you on our next video. Thank you guys, thank you so much, and do have an amazing day, week, nights, everything. Bye.